first one is being timely and being persistent, right? So in a typical year, if we look at research from sales consulting firm Rain Group, it takes an average of about 8 touches to reach a prospect, right? Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more, but we expect that to go up significantly in this new world that we live in, right? So expect that to go up to 12 or more in the year that we've had and going into 2021. So don't give up, but remember that it's about both persistence, but also relevance of the interaction that you have with your customer, right? You can't just repeat the same message over and over and again and expect a response. You have to reach out at the right time, and you have to reach out with a message that provides value to your customer. We also, at Dun Bradstreet, run a lot of email campaigns on behalf of our customers. We also run ad campaigns on behalf of our customers. I wanted to share some data that we collected over the course of 2019 and 2020 and show you some differences in when customers and prospects are actually engaging and opening emails and also engaging in social as a way to help you sell better by reaching out to your prospects at the right time. So data collected from about 7,000 email campaigns that we've run on behalf of customers in 2019 and 2020. And again, this represents about millions and millions of emails that we've sent on behalf of customers, and about 500 Facebook campaigns that we ran for ad campaigns, suggest that peak email open rates are shifting to about be an hour earlier from 2019 as opposed to 2020, right? So if you look at the 2019 graphic, peak email open rates are around 11 a.m. and that has shifted an hour back to be about 10 a.m. And same thing we're observing on the Facebook side as well. So social engagement seems to be peaking a little bit later in the day, obviously, right? So after you're done at work, it used to be around 10 p.m. was the peak engagement rate that we saw, and that has shifted back to 9 p.m. So we're seeing buyers get an earlier start to their day, engage with email earlier in the day. So the sooner that you're able to reach out to your prospect in the day, the better. You'll see, the email open rates sort of start around the 7 a.m. timeframe. So reach out to your prospects early, be first in their inbox before their meeting cadence kicks off and they're sort of distracted, to get your message heard from your audience. So engage early and be persistent is my message to all of you as you head off into this new year. And third, knowledge is power. So stay informed, right? So in this new digital enabled world that we live in, which is accelerated drastically as a result of the pandemic, news, trigger events, digital signals surrounding your key accounts can really be the difference between winning or losing. So it's really important that you stay on top of that and set the right filters and set the right, engagement mechanisms to, reach out to your customers and prospects when it matters most. And we've released a couple of new features and enhancements in the product throughout the course of the year, as well as making some substantial improvements to the data that's powering our D&B Hoovers platform. So over the course of 2020, we've increased our global company coverage by about 23%. We've increased the number of contacts with an email by 57%. And we've also added a substantial amount of URLs and the capability for you to search based on a company's domain to build a list of prospects. And we've added about 60% more URLs to the D&B Hoovers platform. So we've made some substantial improvements in our data, and we've also added some new capabilities for you to pinpoint your best targets based on employee and sales reliability codes. So you can tell the difference between what's actual, what's modeled to help you build a list based on employee size and sales size. We've added new sales triggers to help you reach out at this at a precise moment in time where a customer might be ISO certified, they may have impacted by a fire or another disaster, they might have undergone a corporate name change, or they might be mentioned in the news about being impacted by the coronavirus pandemic. These are just to name a few new triggers that we've added this year. We've also added the COVID-19 Impact Index, which again takes a look at accounts in terms of financial impact, in terms of location impact. Are they being restricted in terms of movement, or people being outdoors? Are there curfews in the region where they're located? And also their industry level impact, right? So how is hiring going? How is the sort of trajectory of that industry going in terms of coronavirus impact? So you can filter on all these different attributes to pinpoint your best targets and how they're being impacted by the pandemic. We've also added buyer intent as a capability in the platform. So now you can find prospects that are searching content, that are browsing the web relative to keywords around your products and services. So you can actually reach out, early in the buying cycle and get into your prospects, inboxes and set meetings with them at a time that matters most to them. And also, we've released a new Microsoft Outlook integration. So if you're using Outlook for sending and receiving emails and doing prospecting, we have a new widget called Email IQ, which allows you to access, the depth of D&B intelligence that we provide, in addition to having a simple way to port over to your Hoover subscription if you are a Hoover subscriber. So this is a free plugin. If you go to dnb.com/emailiq, you can download it today.